This is the Aprilia ride up to Austin this weekend for the MotoGP and the Handbuilt Motorcycle Show. It started Friday night with the AF1 racing party. Then Sunday I filled it up and headed north again. Thanks to the V1, I saved a couple tickets on the way. It was a little bit cool on the ride up in the mesh, but blue skies and overall a great ride up through the hill country. Solid riding boot choice up ahead. Should offer quite a bit of ankle support if that bike goes down. They always have free parking in Lot H at COTA, and for being only 9:30, there was actually quite a few bikes there already. Checked my gear on the way in. Sporting my sweet helmet here from the ride. Or these engineer boots because even they're more comfortable than the race boots. Found the BMW tent. Looking at some of their cool new rides. The new M bikes. Lots of carbon fiber on this, even these wheel covers. And then their naked bike equivalent. Back glad I'm not wearing those CDs because the Ducati Island is way on the other side. Always did like this D-valves. First time getting to see the desmo system inside a Ducati engine that pulls the valve both directions instead of being a spring return. The Italians do make some sweet looking machines. Their new crotch rocket. I wish manufacturers didn't have to put those ugly plate holders on these things. Believe it or not, I only watched a few seconds of racing go by me. It's just hard to watch someone else racing bikes on that track. It just makes me want to be out there. But next month, I get to be back out here for a track day again with the S1K. Starving Marvin by the time I trudged all the way back to Lot H to the bike. Geared up, headed downtown for the Hand-Built Custom Bike Show. Believe it or not, I actually ran into some Austin traffic. I know that's a shocker for anybody that lives around here. But found the bike show and even a parking spot in the shade, which is always nice. They had an Aprilia set up, some Ducatis, a couple race Ducatis, bunch of BMWs, more of these kind of scrambler looks with the boxer engines, one with the hard bags. Another boxer, got the cool little seat on it with the big old knobby tires. There's a pretty bright blue one. And here's an old one. There's an artist kind of doing a painting of it behind, you can see there. Definitely a classic. This was a turbine bike they had, and you can kind of see that turbine engine underneath there. This is an old Indian that was pretty cool. This was an old British bike, like a 26, I think it was. Of course, you had a lot of the modern Vtwin choppers like this one. There's a really busy Sportster. There's another Evo engine setup. And another, some bright polished metal on it. This is one of those modern Vtwin looking things. There are several shovel heads. Pretty bright. This one had a very cool primary case on it, a little bit different than the old 77 FLH I had. Then you start getting into some of the older ones. Knuckles. They even had a few cars. There was a Ruf 911 and a Ferrari F40 at this thing. Beautiful car. You don't see many of those. It's about a $3 million machine. Eventually, the hunger got the best of me and I had to get something to eat, so I headed into downtown. First place I went had a 45-minute wait for food, typical in Austin this time of day. So I went over to Rainy Street. Stagger Lee wasn't serving barbecue, but the place next to it had burgers, so I inhaled a couple of those and hit the road back home. So washed the bike and rolled it back in the garage nice and clean for the next time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel below and let's celebrate turning fuel and air into adrenaline.